Wait, what was I about to do? Everyone experiences bouts of forgetfulness, which can delay work until we remember, and frustrate us. If we can't recall, even minor forgetfulness can cause stress if it accumulates over time. The best solution is to make a note on your smartphone. But many people who understand this still don't do it. In this video, we explain the mechanism of short-term memory, shedding light on why we forget things. By understanding how short-term memory works, you'll see how taking notes can significantly reduce your mental load, especially when trying to multitask. Making a note of what you're about to do can help clear your mind before you start. Let's delve into the mechanism of short-term memory. 1. Short-term memory is just a temporary storage space for memories. Short-term memory refers to a type of memory where information is temporarily stored. It serves to hold necessary information for our daily lives temporarily. For example, when you jot down a phone number, you store it in your short-term memory and retain that information until you make the call. However, this information is not stored for long, typically a few to several tens of seconds, after which it is forgotten. This is the main characteristic of short-term memory, and due to its temporary storage nature, it's also called working memory. Short-term memory acts like a workbench for our thoughts. 2. Short-term and long-term memory are different. It's normal for short-term memory to forget. Let's look at the differences between short-term and long-term memory. According to a 2004 study by Professor Squire, the main difference between short-term and long-term memory is the duration of information retention. Short-term memory holds information temporarily, while long-term memory can store information for a long period, even for a lifetime in some cases. This difference is a crucial factor in why we forget things, which we will elaborate on in the next section. 3. Limitations of short-term memory. Current short-term memories fade when we start another task. Let's take a closer look at the limitations of short-term memory. One of the most significant characteristics of short-term memory is the short duration of memory retention. Typically, short-term memory can only hold information for a few to several tens of seconds. This is a basic feature of short-term memory, and while it can cause forgetfulness, it is also an essential function for us to live our daily lives smoothly. Moreover, when we start a new task, the information already held in short-term memory disappears. In other words, when you start another task, your short-term memory fades. This is easier to understand if you consider short-term memory as a kind of workbench. The workbench of short-term memory is a space for temporarily holding certain information. However, that space is limited. To hold new information, you need to sweep out the information already being held. That means when you start a new task, the information you were holding is forgotten. This is perfectly normal. Our forgetfulness is due to the characteristics and limitations of short-term memory. However, by understanding this characteristic and responding to it, we can prevent forgetfulness. We'll discuss specific measures in the next section. 4. Recommendation for note-taking using your smartphone. The conclusion to prevent forgetfulness is to take notes. Whether it's a note on your smartphone, PC, or a piece of paper, it doesn't matter as long as you can jot down something quickly. If you immediately note down your thoughts or things you need to do, you can move information off your short-term memory workbench. This keeps your workbench consistently tidy and ready to accept new information. In summary, forgetfulness is due to the characteristics and limitations of our short-term memory. Short-term memory is like a workbench for temporarily storing information, and when you start a new task, the previous information is lost. However, understanding this and taking measures can prevent forgetfulness. A recommended specific measure is to take notes using your smartphone. By immediately noting down thoughts or tasks, you can move information off your short-term memory workbench, readying it to accept new information. If you found this video interesting, it would be greatly appreciated if you could subscribe to the channel and give a thumbs up. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you for watching.